The episode opens with Tori talking with Dr. Judith about dropping the medication for her mother since the spread has stopped. The doctor reassures Tori that her mother is headed in the right direction, and tapering off her dosage makes sure it stays that way. She compliments Tori for doing a great job taking care of her mom. Outside, John Kreese attempts to sneak up on her, but she fends him off. He's there to check up on his champion. She's angry at him as he abandoned her when she needed his help. He left her to deal with Silver and his sidekick alone. He claims he was only trying to protect her. Now that he is out, they have an opportunity to dominate. He spots the Miyagi-Do uniform in her gym bag and warns her that she'll always be kept second fiddle to Sam LaRusso. He stresses that he is her sensei and she is his champion, but she declines his offer and walks away. Miguel tells Sam that he hasn't heard anything from Stanford. Dimitri tells everyone that he got into MIT. Dimitri confronts Hawk for not applying and missing his shots. Tori tells Robbie that she told Kreese off, but asks him to keep it between them as she doesn't want anyone to think that she is still in contact with him. She comments how everyone is worried about college, but for her, the Sekai Taikai is their last chance to win big. They make a deal to stick together no matter what. Daniel and Johnny decide to name their male and female captains, so in 2 days, Sam will face Tori for the female captain spot, while Robbie and Miguel will fight for male captain. Johnny decides to train the four and get them into shape. Daniel thought he was supposed to do that and asks Johnny to tell him ahead of time. Johnny trains Miguel and Co. while Daniel watches in shock. Later, he vents to Amanda, but she reminds him that Johnny is taking over once Daniel steps aside. Daniel thinks Mr. Miyagi wouldn't be happy with this version of Johnny as the face of his family's karate, but Amanda states that after what they learned about Mr. Miyagi, anything is possible. Daniel doesn't care what's in that box as he knows who Mr. Miyagi was. Johnny tells Carmen about his day at Miyagi-Do. Miguel then shows up heartbroken that he got deferred from Stanford. Carmen assures him that it's not a definitive no, as they will review his application with the other kids in the spring. Tori heads home and finds her mother unconscious on the floor. Sam tells Miguel that winning the Sekai Taikai would help his chances of getting into Stanford, as it's international, which means he'd be the best in the world. Miguel has to beat Robbie again. The latter shows up looking for Tori as they were supposed to train at the park so as not to show Miguel and Sam their moves. Johnny asks Daniel why he put him on the test drive schedule. Daniel wants to train the kids without Johnny just like he did yesterday. Tori's mom passes away. She is mad at Dr. Judith as she said she was getting better. Sam tells her dad that she's hoping to get closure from her fight with Tori as she beat her at the All Valley, but it was tainted. Now she wants to prove how good she really is. Johnny is doing a test drive with Cody. He then spots Daniel's car and sees him training Miguel and Sam. He pulls over and confronts Daniel for keeping him at work to keep him out of the way. Johnny announces to everyone that he is leaving LaRusso Auto to start his own dealership. He offers to hire those tired of working for Daniel. Amanda confronts Johnny, but he says Daniel is pushing him out of the way. She assures him that Daniel hasn't been himself lately. He's been going through something since he found an old chest of Mr. Miyagi's, and it brought up a lot of difficult emotions for him. Robbie trains and reflects on always being in second place. Miguel assures him that no matter what happens, he doesn't have any beef with him. He just needs to win in order to be accepted at Stanford. Robbie doesn't take it well, thinking his life isn't worth changing because he's not going to college. Robbie calls Tori, but she won't pick up as she reminisces about her childhood with her mom when she told her they're fighters and how life dealt them a bad hand. Amanda advises Daniel to find a way of making this work because he and Johnny are supposed to be partners at the dojo. What bothers Daniel now is knowing there was a part of Mr. Miyagi's life that he was keeping from him. Amanda urges him to focus on the present as Johnny and the students need him. The next day, Daniel apologizes to Johnny and decides to referee Robbie and Miguel while Johnny refs Sam and Tori to keep it unbiased. Robbie and Miguel start their match. Miguel is in the lead. Tori shows up, and when Robbie sees her, he feels more confident and beats Miguel. The two have no hard feelings towards each other. Robbie becomes the male captain. Tori and Sam start their match, and Tori can't forget about her mom. She then kicks Sam even though Johnny called the point. Daniel tells Johnny that there should be no point, and the latter gives Tori a warning. Amanda gets a call about Tori's mom and urges Daniel to stop the fight. He does so just as Tori is about to land a hit on Sam. Tori tells everyone that her mom died, but she still wants to continue the fight for her mom. Johnny believes it's up to Tori if she wants to fight or not. The others urge her not to. Tori remembers what Kreese told her and realizes that when push comes to shove, Amanda and Daniel will choose their daughter over her. She walks away, saying she is done with Miyagi-Do. Johnny and Daniel argue. Johnny explains that Tori was working through her mom's death. He remembers when his mom died, all he wanted to do was get on a mat for 3 rounds, and karate would have helped her now. Daniel doesn't want to teach kids to fight with anger, as it isn't the Miyagi-Do way. Johnny is sick of hearing that name. He calls Mr. Miyagi a liar and a thief, prompting Daniel to punch him in the face. Daniel apologizes, but Johnny says he's gonna coach the tournament with him for the kids, but once they win, the two of them are done for good. Since Tori won't be going with them, Johnny and Daniel decided that Hawk will take her spot. They then bestow Sam and Robbie with the Sekai Taikai captain headbands. Upon seeing the logo, Daniel finds a bloody headband in his secret chest and realizes that Mr. Miyagi fought in the Sekai Taikai. Episode 5 ends with the kids at the Sekai Taikai in Barcelona, Spain. Kreese and Kim Daeun arrive with their Cobra Kai team, and Tori joins them wearing their gi.